Hi everyone, welcome back to Job 1 for All. In this video we are going to talk about the calendar class. And as you know, the calendar is the second attempt to create a class that would solve all the date problems that we have in Java. Let's create a new class, calendar test 01. So the calendar, it's like the date class, something that you would be using only when working with legacy system. If you are starting a new system now, you are going to work with classes that are from the package java.time. But it's important to understand because most of the time when we are working, we are giving maintenance to old systems, and the chance that they have calendar and dates there are pretty high. So what we need to know about calendar. The first thing is the package is java.util, the same as the date, and the calendar is an abstract class. So in the end, you are going to be using one of the subclasses that we have from calendar, the Buddhist calendar, Gregorian calendar, or the Japanese imperial calendar. In my case, since I am in Europe, the chances that I will have the calendar, the Gregorian calendar, is pretty high. And how can we get this calendar? Well, you cannot use new calendar because since it is abstract, it's not possible to use new. With calendar, you can get the current time through calendar.getInstance. But if you try to print, you will notice that is not as straightforward as the date class. And we have way more information than we had before with date. We have the zone, we have the offset, savings, use daylight, and so on. So we have a lot of information. That's why I said they were trying to solve all the problems that the date couldn't solve. And even though we have all of this, it was still not enough. So what can we do here since we don't know how to format date? We can do a little trick. You know that if you open again the console, we have the time, and you know how to work with the time with date. So we can create here date, and we can get c.get time. And instead of printing the calendar, we can print the date. Control Shift F10, and we have the date like we know. So let's keep like this and let's work with calendar and just go through some methods. For example, there are some useful methods that we don't have in the date class. For example, let's say we want to know what is the first day of the week. So if you print here c.get first day of the week, it's going to return a integer. So what is this integer? Well, most of the constants that we have inside the calendar, they are integers. They're going to return integers. So for example, we can get here, for example, if we want to check if the first day of the week is Sunday, we have this option here where we can call the calendar.sunday. So if you open this, you will see that we have 1. So it means that in this case, the first day of the week in my JVM is 1. I think in France, the first day of the week is not Sunday, I think it's Monday. I apologize to French people if I'm wrong. And here we can print Sunday is the first day of the week. Control Shift F10. And Sunday is the first day of the week in my case. And another interesting thing is, for example, the c.get asks for a field, and we know the field is an integer, and as we can see here, is going to return also an integer. So we can put this inside the print. And for example, let's say that you want to get the day of the month. Calendar.day of month. Let's add more here. Let's say day of month, day of year, and day of week, for example. Control Shift F10. So day of month 11, like here. The day of the year 42, and day of week, in my case, is Thursday 5. Another useful method is the add we have c.add, where we can say, for example, I want to give calendar.day of month, and you pass the amount. So now if we execute, we can see that it's February 11. Ctrl Shift F10, I'm adding 2. Now it's February 13. And you can do the same, but for example, you could use hour. Ctrl Shift F10 is 6 p.m. Now it is 8 o'clock. Now you have to be careful, especially if you are doing exams or certifications, that the add is going to change the day or the month or the year based on the amount. So for example, here I'm adding 2 and it became 8 o'clock. But if I add more, so let's say for example I will add 10 and I will execute again, just notice the day is 13, but I'm adding 10 hours to my time now, and it's going to move one day and the hour will move as well. So in this case it's February 14 and the hour it keep rolling. Now if you don't want this behavior, because it's going to affect both of them, actually all of them, not only the hour, but if you add day of the month, if you add more than, in my case it's 11, but if I add 30 and I will just remove this one, you will notice that we are going to move from February to March, and the same for the year. So if you do not want this behavior, if you want, for example, add 30, but instead of rolling the month, just continue in the same month, but keep rolling the days, you can change the method to roll, and it applies for all of them, day of the month, hours, and years as well. Ctrl Shift F10. You can see that still February and February 13th, and today is February 11. So basically this is the calendar class. As I said, it's just important for you to know a little bit how it works, some useful methods, but most of the time these days we'll be working with the java.time. But it's important for us to understand everything that we have available that will improve your chances of getting a job as fast as possible. And in the next video, we are going to talk a little bit about formatting, because we have to do a little trick here, but there are several classes that will help formatting our classes, both for dates, for numbers, for currencies, and so on. So eager to go to the next class. Let's finish this one and move on. See you guys. Bye bye.